Welcome back to Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking, the podcast where we usually talk about everything that happened this week, but you are actually in the end of year special. Whoa. And actually, while we're doing this, I think I can change the color to something a little more festive because it is the end of the year. Thank God. Just another year where I'm celebrating the end of it. Oh, here we go. Okay, that'll work. It's changing, kind of like a firework. Baby, you're a firework. That's kind of going to be my motto going into 2025 because 2024 kicked my ass. It was a great year, but it was ass whooping these past couple weeks. I forgot to tell you that there was going to be no episode last week between Christmas and New Year because I was going to be actually taking 1 minute of downtime to celebrate with my friends and family, but I will be back this upcoming Sunday. So the first one of the new year with all the news that happened the first week, I guess the last week of December / the first week of January because New Year is a Wednesday. Weird. Anyway, I'm in a different spot today. I'm just on my couch. The other side of my couch that if you're listening, you can't tell that I've ever been near a couch, but normally I'm sitting on the ground. Today, I just can't be bothered. So you get me on the other end of my couch where everything's a little more wrinkled. Here's a plant that I'm trying to kill accidentally every other week. A blanket that my grandma knit, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, back to the reason that you're here, and that is to talk about the end of the year special. We are doing a 2-part. First, we are going to talk about the 5 things that happened this year that you probably forgot happened because I certainly did, instead of like everybody's countdown where they're like, here are the top most important things that happen, and none of this is going to be politics based. No, none of this is going to be politics based. It's all just like the weirdest shit that happened this year, but also the funniest stuff, and there are memes and whatnot because you know what? It's the end of the year and we could all use a little bit of levity day to day. Second, we're going to look at what I actually predicted was going to happen this year, and you probably didn't see it back when I posted it literally, I guess, January 1st, 2024. It was this, I have 7 predictions of things that happened this year. We'll check in there. And then I've actually got some predictions for 2025. So we're going to add that as well. And then we're going to wrap up with some New Year's resolutions for myself generally. And then we'll check back in next year when we're back to make sure that I actually held myself accountable. Because if you're anything like me, accountability is, non-existent nowadays. Without further ado, the top 5 things that happened in 2024 that you probably forgot about because I certainly did. Number 5, that 4.8 earthquake that hit New York because New York doesn't get earthquakes, and it actually was in New Jersey the whole time, and all of the memes that came along with that. So in case you don't remember when that happened, that was back at the beginning of April, and it was like magnitude 4.8 earthquake hits New York City region, and then it ended up finding out that it was like centered in New Jersey. And when I tell you that Twitter has almost never been funnier than watching people in New York actually try to comprehend what this earthquake was online in real time with each other. And if you're listening to the podcast this week instead of watching on YouTube, you actually won't be able to see any of the memes that I'm about to put up. So we're going to go ahead and just lop that part out and move you on to number 4. But for the rest of you, you can watch on YouTube, and we're going to run through some of these memes together. New York seed or the earthquake originated New Jersey. Like Drake and Josh kills me. And I always love the Megan. And so this is just, oh God, top tier. We survived the NYC earthquake. We will rebuild. And it's literally just what New York looks like every single, that's honestly what Seattle looks like. Just a knocked over trash can spilling with leftovers out. I guess Seattle really doesn't have that many trash cans, but trust me, when we've got a trash can, it's knocked over. I just got photos of the destruction out in Long Island. Magnitude I can't even get through it. It's just a chair knocked over. Oh God, I love it. Much like the earthquake, I'm also 4.8 in New York. Oh my God, but honestly, that's kind of a 10 anywhere else. A New York 4.8 is a solid Ohio 10. That's for damn sure. See, okay, here we go. And remember that a 5 in New York City would be an 8 almost anywhere else in the country. Oh my God, a Sex in the City one. As a 4.7 magnitude earthquake hit Manhattan, I couldn't help but wonder, was my relationship with Big structurally sound enough to withstand the impact? Oh, Carrie. Breaking no contact to ask if he felt the earthquake. Ha! Don't do this in 2025, folks. About 2, did you feel that earthquake my way back into her life? Oh my God, same thing. Wow, did you guys feel that? They're saying it was a 4.5. Not too crazy. Nothing like you. You're a 10. Ha. Anyway, it just reminded me of how when you left, it really shook my whole life up. Hope Pops is okay. Not Pops. Not Pops. Number 4. Do you remember when the internet collectively bullied the Bachelor Joey Graziati? I don't know. Is that how you pronounce his last name? Into confirming whether or not he had jaundice because his eyes were so yellow? Like... Like, straight up, you guys literally caused this man to come out with a full, like, explanation why his eyes are yellow. And everyone online is like, no, I'm actually really worried about you. I think you have jaundice. Your eyes are so yellow. And then, like, he had to release a full fucking video. Look at this.
Hi, everyone. I hope you are having a beautiful day. I wanted to jump on here really quick and talk about something that I am seeing a lot of comments about, which is Joey's yellow eyes. So to give some context on that, I have to go all the way back to when I was in high school. I was sick for about a week and a half, and my mom thought it'd be a good idea to go to the doctor. When I went to the doctor, I had blood work done, and the blood work showed that my bilirubin count was very high. That means that there could be something that was wrong with my liver. So we went and I got a liver ultrasound. I went to other doctors. They found out that there was nothing that was necessarily wrong, like hepatitis, but they diagnosed me with something called Gilbert syndrome. It looks like Gilbert syndrome. At the end of the day, I am told that I am healthy. It's something that does affect the whites of my eyes. It makes it have those jaundice levels, which is why they look a little bit more yellow. It's something I want to pay attention to more going into this year. I want to get my health right and make sure that I'm all good. But I at least wanted to give some background, let you know that to my knowledge, I am healthy. It's just something that I have to pay attention to drinking more fluids. It is worse when I have stress or lack of sleep, which happens on a TV show. And I do appreciate everyone looking out for me and wondering if I'm okay. But to my knowledge, I'm as okay as I can be, and I will continue to look at it. So thank you very much.
Like, this man straight up had the same question in high school, had to go get himself checked, and now he has Gilbert syndrome, which he says looks like Gilbert syndrome. But honestly, if you're not going to take anything away from this, besides the fact that, like, everybody was really worried about him and his health, and it's, like, very wholesome that everybody was, he has some great ideas going into the new year. Since he wanted to take care of his health and monitor that as well, here are some things that you can do going into new year that Joey just said. 1, monitor your health. That is something we're going to need to do going into the new year. We talked last week about bird flu. Just keep an eye on your health, take care of your body. 2, drinking more fluids. Wow, Joey, that is a great idea. You should be aiming for 8 glasses of water a day. I've got my big ass Stanley here. I drink, 3, 4 of these, sometimes more a day, depending on how busy I am at work, because I just kind of, stick the straw in my mouth and just type away. He also says, lowering stress. Wow. Getting more sleep. Wow. Those things help his eyes. Those things will help you too. Try to lower your stress and try to get more sleep. Number 3, do you remember that whole day, like early February, where nobody could talk about anything except for the fact that Drake's nudes were leaked and it was a picture of him literally, or I guess a video of him literally beating his meat? Yep, that is right. If you didn't see it and you existed on Twitter for more than 5 minutes, you definitely saw it by accident, but it's probably floating out there somewhere. I don't even know anymore. I'm not telling you to go look it up. I'm just saying that was February. That's almost a year ago. But basically what it was is a video of Drake on the bed, laid back, playing with what we would assume was the hose of a vacuum. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, it was a shocking 5-second video when you're scrolling through. I think it then got very quickly blocked from Twitter, but everybody and their mother was reposting it. And so it was like I guess that's now something that I have knowledge about. Anyway, he allegedly had his video leaked, but he responded in what the tab is calling the most Drake way that you could imagine.
Oh my God.
No, wait, can I see, please? Can I get the link? Thank you. Hold on 1 sec. I'm gonna send him a voice memo. 1 second. Yeah, bro, I'm still live, bro. We was just looking at the shit. It's like crazy, bro. Like, god damn. You're blessed with your voice. You're blessed with performing. You're blessed to be you. You're blessed to be number one. But you're also blessed to have a fucking missile. I said it.
Bro, we literally
I said it to him.
we literally just saw a
no way you
goat.
said
I swear to God, Jesus. I swear to God.
We just saw a goat's dick.
Is it?
Wait, that's on his
No.
jet?
Yeah, it's on his jet. Yeah, but his is real. But it is possible, Jesus.
Oh, he
We
was
don't see it.
flying. Oh, he just texted me. He put 8 laughing emojis.
He doesn't care?
Yeah.
Shit, I wouldn't either. If my shit was like that, well, God, I wouldn't
Yeah,
care.
bro. Chat. He said this might be my next album intro. Oh, great. Well, hey, at least we made the cut. Wait, let me hear it again, Cheezer. Hold on, listen. Yeah, bro, I'm still live, bro. We was just looking at the shit. It's like crazy, bro. Like, god damn. You're blessed with your voice. You're blessed with performing. You're blessed to be you. You're blessed to be number one. But you're also blessed to have a fucking missile.
He replied laughing emojis.
Yeah, he loved it. He loved it.
So what you just heard was streamer Aiden Ross live on, I'm assuming, Twitch. Is that where he streams? In a voice memo to Drake, basically saying like, we just saw your hog. Drake's literal response was just a bunch of laughing emojis and said that voice note might be the intro to my next album. Number 2, do you remember that that Willy Wonka chocolate experience in Glasgow, Scotland? The one with the little Oompa Loompa with the green wig, and she's like, holy shit, that's so good. So this all basically happened. This was in March. Like, did all of the funny things happen at the first half of the year? Yes, the answer is yes. Okay, like, oh my God. I'm going to read this to you from the BBC. It was billed as a, quote, the place where chocolate dreams become reality. The website for Willy Wonka's chocolate experience, held in Glasgow last weekend, featured vivid images of sweetie-themed fantasy worlds. Inspired by the Roald Dahl classic and the recent Wonka movie, it boasted an enchanted garden, a twilight tunnel, and an imagination lab. Hundreds of parents were persuaded to pay up to £35 a ticket for an event which promised surprises at every turn. Well, that bit was at least true. Willy Wonka was a fictional chocolatier who ran a competition for lucky finders of a golden ticket to visit his factory, but visitors who hoped to relive the classic book and movies, including the 1971 original starring Gene Wilder, were left bitterly disappointed. Eager families who turned up at an industrial area in Whiteinch described it as, quote, little more than an abandoned, empty warehouse. A handful of embarrassed actors tried to make the best of some sad-looking props in a bouncy castle. The promised chocolate fountains and chocolatey delights were conspicuously absent. Children were instead offered a I can't even read this. Children were instead offered a half cup of lemonade and a small ration of jelly beans. Bro, what? As tempers rose, police were called. Within hours, the event was abruptly canceled, leaving some families unable to get in at all. Thank God for those families. I'd rather be pissed I didn't get in than me getting in. Oh my God. The organizers were House of Illuminati, an events company which, according to its website, specializes in crafting extraordinary experiences. Oh my God. Okay, that's really good. That's really, really good. Once again, I'm gonna have to show you some of my favorite memes from this. If you're listening, go ahead and move on to number 1. If you're watching, let's break it down. Breaking: Jason Derulo has fallen down the steps of the Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow. I forgot about that meme of Jason Derulo falling down everything. Are we absolutely sure the whole Wonka experience thing is not a Banksy? The doomed Wonka experience is relocating to Soho Square. Sneak peek of the Glasgow Willy Wonka experience traveling show. Oh, it's just a van, free candy. Breaking news: Taylor Swift is dating the random terrifying silver mask face mirror bloke no one recognizes from the film from the Glasgow Willy Wonka experience. Wait, I forgot about that guy. Or that gal. I think it ended up being a woman. Oh, but the mirror, I don't understand. You guys, wow. Early 2024 was so funny. And number 1, the entire Kate Middleton royal Photoshop gate scandal that happened like before she came out with her cancer diagnosis. So like, do you guys remember this? She went missing, not missing, but she went dark. She fell off the face of the earth, and everyone's like, where's Kate Middleton? Where is Kate Middleton? And there was like a period of time where the Buckingham Palace would release, I was going to say the White House. I've been in America too long. The Buckingham Palace accounts were releasing pictures of her, which were like super clearly photoshopped, or at least like we thought. It's like the things didn't match well. Everything was just like a little bit off. There were issues with the kids and like how they were photoshopped in there. And then they came out with this statement from Kate Middleton that was basically like, I was just practicing my Photoshop skills. And we're like, what the fuck? And then she had that entire video that came out where she was like talking to people, but everyone's like, is this an AI video? Because like the way the bench is, and we all felt really bad on the internet after it came out with the fact that she had a cancer diagnosis, which is like why she was out of the public eye. But it's like that period of time where we were all convinced that Kate Middleton was missing, and all of these like photoshopped and AI videos like were very clearly released. Nothing has brought the internet together more than that in modern history than trying to find Kate Middleton. Okay, those were the 5 funniest things that happened this year. that you definitely forgot about because I definitely forgot about him. And I'm so glad I could relive that because truly just some of the stuff was next level, truly next level. Let's take a look at the things I thought were going to happen in 2024 and whether or not they actually panned out. I thought that Gypsy Rose was going to have a reality show. I did not see that she actually had one. She had lots of drama. She had divorce. She got back together with an ex-boyfriend, and then she got back together with her ex-husband, and now she's with the new boyfriend, and she has a baby, I think, or at least she is super pregnant at this point in time. Long story short, she did not have a reality show. I thought that the morning after style was going to become very popular with the youth, especially because a lot of pajama pants. Okay, so morning after style, like picture like you went to prom and you did your hair and you make up all nice for prom, and you wake up the next day and you're just throwing on a shirt or a quarter zip or sweats or whatever, and you're going to get breakfast, right? But your hair is still done. It's just really messy. Your makeup's still done. It's just a little it's very the Keshification, I think is what I said early on, of what your makeup would look like. I thought that was going to be big because a lot of pajama pants, a lot of girls were wearing the corset tops with the jeans. And it's like, I guess this is like a half win because corsets did become really popular, which is very trendy, very prom, very morning or very evening paired with jeans or sweats or whatever. But that's not really the morning after I was looking at. I was looking more of like the super messy bun, like give me the messy bun, but not the well-to-do messy bun. And I was looking at like heavy beat makeup, and that just never came into fruition. So I'm going to give myself like a 30% correct on this because corsets did really make a big appearance, which is kind of the party on the top and then the jeans, the big baggy jeans on the bottom. 50% maximum. That was correct. So you know how every year Pantone comes out with their color of the year? I was convinced that it was going to be purple because it was an election year on bipartisanship, because once again, I thought, I don't think Joe Biden was definitely still in the race in early 2024. I thought they were going to come together to either elect Joe Biden or elect somebody else, a Democrat of some sort, because Donald Trump was confirmed running. And I thought purple, like a lavender, was going to be the color of the year for bipartisanship. Well, little did I know that we would be bipartisan as a country. It would just be enough people saying that they wanted Donald Trump to win that would be the case. So needless to say, I got that purple one wrong. I think it was like a dusty rose or a dusty ass peach color that won. Color of the year. I thought that Rihanna would come out with a new album. I could not have been more wrong about that. That was just wish casting. That woman is never coming out with another album. I thought that Taylor Swift was going to get engaged. I will give myself another 50%er on this one because there are rumors out there that her and Travis are engaged. It's not public. It does not mean that I'm wrong because there are rumors that the engagement did happen. I said that there would be a shocking celebrity death, not like somebody who's old or sick, like somebody who's an A-list celebrity who people did not expect to die and they would die. I did get this one right. Unfortunately, Liam Payne, that entire him falling off the balcony in Buenos Aires, that really shook the internet. He is an A-list celebrity. Tragic death. Unexpected. Unfortunately, I have to give myself a win on that one. And finally, I thought that the vegetable bok choy was going to have a big year. We were prone to have a new vegetable really take off on the internet. Remember when Brussels sprouts really had their moment? Spaghetti squash had its moment. I thought bok choy was up next. It was not. Now, what do I think is going to happen in 2025? I do think we're going to have a public Taylor Swift engagement. I think that if she's privately engaged now, I think that her and Travis will make the engagement more public. I also think we are going to get a Taylor Swift album that is not going to be Reputation Taylor's version, because she's been wearing a lot of plaid recently. And I think the plaid signifies something. I don't know what it signifies, unless it signifies like she's moving to Scotland. But I just don't see that. Is she going to Scotland to be with the Glasgow masked person that people were saying that she was dating? I don't know. I think it's a new album of a new era, but not even like an era that she's calling it, just like a new, she's wrapped on all of this. Travis is the future, the matching outfits that they have, all the plaid she's wearing, something's coming. I think public engagement, and I think we're getting a new Out of the Blue album. I think that Beyonce is going to release an extended Cowboy Carter album. I think that she is going to take what she had. It's been out for almost a year already, and we've just now gotten the first public performance of this at the Christmas NFL halftime show, and everyone is like, oh, she said something's coming on January 14th. I bet it's going to be Act 3. I don't think she's even done with Cowboy Carter. I think she's just getting started with this, but with all of the kind of like Mexican music in the back of this, and it says something on the 14th, I think that she is going to release an extended version of what variations of country music might sound like. I don't know if it's going to just be songs she left off this first one. I don't know if it's going to be a part 2 of Act 2. I have no idea. I just think that we will be getting additional songs under the umbrella of Cowboy Carter. I think there's going to be a big congressional shakeup, but via scandal, not via election. You know how Matt Gaetz had his ethics report come out, and Marjorie Taylor Greene was talking about how if you release this, I'm going to publicly air everybody who has ever used congressional funds to cover up a sex scandal, and everyone's like, cool, do it. I think something like that is going to happen in 2025. Not necessarily a sex scandal, but a scandal of sorts within that vein where somebody's really like out for blood and they are taking everybody down with them. We're going to see something like that. Going back to vegetables having a big year, cucumbers obviously had a very big year with the influencer Logan making all of those like, have you ever felt the need to just eat a whole cucumber in a day? And it's like he's making all the variations of cucumber. I think cucumbers are out. Not like out, people will still be eating cucumbers, but I think there will be a new vegetable specific thing that everybody's going to try to really like recreate. And I don't think it'll be like a cauliflower. It won't be, you know, a broccolini. It won't be a Brussels sprout again. It won't be a squash, which I don't actually, is that a vegetable? Is a squash technically a fruit because it has seeds? It's going to be some variation of like a super food that either is like up and coming or we've never seen before. It's going to be a new one. It's going to take over the internet, especially within like the cooking influencer space. I think TikTok will be saved. I don't think TikTok is going anywhere. However, I do think it will look very different come December 2025 than it does right now in December 2024. Whether that be because the algorithm has shifted or a massive number of people have dropped off that platform, I think we will see a shocking celebrity pregnancy. Like I'm talking Timmy Chalamet knocking up Kylie Jenner level shocking. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Timmy and Kylie, because they're still dating and she says that he's like part of the family. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them have a pregnancy, but I'm thinking like it's going to be somebody who's either not dating somebody seriously. Remember how Mindy Kaling was pregnant and she won't tell us who the father is? I'm talking something like that. And those are all kind of my big ones. I kept them relatively vague-ish, but I am more than happy to go down the road of really specific ones, just throwing them out there if people want to have that discussion. I just don't want to necessarily put the juju out there for anybody if we're not going to like play that game, you know? And finally, my New Year's resolutions, and these are going to be very specific to you. These are not going to be the ones that, you know, I'm trying to get better at, just like cleaning my apartment. You know, like I am trying to get better at, you can't see this, but it's kind of a disaster zone. These are going to be a few resolutions that I would like to do for the betterment of this community that we have built here. First, I'm going to get better at telling you heads up about like housekeeping. If I'm missing a week because of a holiday, I'm going to remember to tell you that. If something is running late, I'm going to remember to communicate that. I'm just very disorganized with like the podcast especially, but like my social media generally. I'm overbooked with my personal life and my professional life. And I'm really trying to find a balance there. And I think that that is something I really want to work on and be more strategic about in the new year. I want to travel more. I want to travel more domestically and take that. I will be traveling internationally too, but I want to travel more domestically and take that and create a longer form version of what that might look like. And it's going to be on a YouTube. It's going to be on a podcast. It's going to be on a, you know, Instagram and TikTok, I'm hoping it's still around, and something that's bigger as like not necessarily longer form like 180-minute videos, but like, you know, series or whatever of the domestic travel, and kind of get really back into that and be more intentional about doing things local and close to home instead of having to do these big overarching trips to think that that is what people will find engaging. And I want to have continuing conversations here, but also out in public. And I kind of want to merge that with the travel content as well, where I am going out and talking to people and really getting to understand people. I know a lot of you have listened to the fact that I've gotten a lot more from what people have heard. I've been talking more politically. I've always been very political. I just have not put that into content because we are in an election year and we were building up to that. And I felt a responsibility to get out and actually try to encourage people and inspire people to get out and vote, one way, obviously, over another. I want to continue that conversation, but I want to go out and be more intentional about who I speak to and what conversations we're having, because we are all more alike than the elites want us to believe that we are. I think that it's going to be a really impactful year for growth for myself, but also for the country, and really trying to get and talking to each other. I don't want to be divisive, but I don't want to roll over and let people dictate what this might look like for my future and the future of this country. I want to be an active part of this voice and inspire you all to have the same conversations. And I want to bring these conversations to you so that we can all have this conversation together and really grow and build. Obviously, I want to continue to grow here as well. That is a resolution ongoing, not just for 2025. Thank you again for listening. You are part of this growth, and I love you, and thank you for a great 2024. I'll see you in the new year. Thanks.